Hello, and welcome to another episode of Retail Focus. I'm John Suder, and this week we're missing my co-host, Bart Mraz. He's under the weather. Actually, he lost his voice at a conference this week, and I'm pretty sure you need a voice for what we're doing here. So I think we'll just dive right into it, see how we do solo. All right, first story. Grab some wings and a cold one and settle in because Hooters is in a bit of a pickle. The beloved chain, known for its scantily clad waitstaff and sports on every screen, is reportedly gearing up for a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing. Hooters might need to take a time out to sort its finances. So what's the deal? They've been sitting on a huge mountain of debt, around $300 million worth, and have been slashing locations faster than you can say extra ranch. In the past year alone, they've closed about 40 restaurants across the U.S. And that's not all. Rising costs and fewer diners are making it tough for them to keep the lights on and keep those wings frying. With fewer people flocking to the tables, Hooters is feeling the burn. Now they're chatting with creditors and legal eagles to whip up a restructuring plan that'll hopefully save their bacon or chicken. If it all goes well, they might just emerge from this mess stronger than ever, but we're not going to hold our breath. So stay tuned as we watch this drama unfold. Will Hooters rise from the ashes like a phoenix or just be another sad story of a once great brand? Only time will tell. So what's happening here? They are working with a law firm to prepare for possible bankruptcy filing. Could happen within the next 2 months. The goal would be to restructure the company and tackle its debt issues. So, as we said, they've been facing declining foot traffic, liquidity problems, and mounting debt. They sold some bonds in 2021, about $300 million worth of asset bonds. But the problem is they are really behind on paying suppliers, with over 20% of bills more than 90 days overdue in 2024. So, as far as their performance, as I said, they closed 40 underperforming restaurants in the U.S. Between 2018 and 2023. System-wide sales declined nearly 15%, and its domestic footprint shrunk by 12%. The chain currently operates about 300 locations in the U.S., down from 333 at the end of 2018. Hooters' struggles reflect broader challenges in the bar and grill segment, which has been hit hard by rising costs and changing consumer preferences. Several other restaurant chains, including Red Lobster and TGI Fridays, have filed for bankruptcy in the past year. While Hooters has not made a final decision on seeking Chapter 11 protection, the company is clearly exploring its options to address financial challenges and restructure its operations. So what I've learned about Hooters is there's also some, I don't know what the word is, private Hooters? There's some Hooters that are away from the master franchise, I guess it would be, and they operate independently. So those locations apparently are not affected. Also, your little trivia for the day here, the first Hooters restaurant, the very first, is located in Clearwater, Florida. That is also not part of the master chain. So if Hooters does indeed go bankrupt, these independent Hooters may survive this downturn. And also at that first Hooters, there is a Hooters museum in the back. I've visited a few times. It's very interesting. They have a display with a chicken wing and it spins, and it's really cool if you like chicken wings. Speaking of bankruptcy, Forever 21, the once ubiquitous fast fashion king, is on the verge of its second bankruptcy in 6 years. Yep, second time's the charm, or maybe the final curtain call. They're planning to close at least 200 stores. And if no knight in shining armor or savvy investor shows up, they might just liquidate all 350 locations. It's like watching a slow motion train wreck with more polyester and less trains. Forever 21's struggles are no surprise, given the rise of online giants like Shein and Temu. It's like trying to compete with the internet's version of a never-ending clearance sale. You can never be cheap enough. They've been trying to revamp their business, but at this point, they're just rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. And to make matters worse, they're closing their LA headquarters and laying off hundreds of employees. So if you're a fan of Forever 21, you might want to grab those trendy pieces while you still can. It's not looking good for this fast fashion favorite. All right, let's talk about TikTok. TikTok isn't just for viral dances and questionable life hacks anymore. It's coming for your wallet too. TikTok Shop, which launched in September 23, is now dominating the e-commerce scene and giving heavyweights like Shein and Temu a run for their money. Get this, 45% of Americans have already bought something through TikTok Shop. That's almost half the country scrolling through the For You page and thinking, yeah, I do need that random gadget that I'll use just once. And the numbers don't lie. TikTok Shop sales shot up a ridiculous 153% in January 2025. Meanwhile, Shine and Temu are over there limping along with growth rates of 26 and 28%. Apparently, 80% of TikTok users even know about TikTok Shop, which is wild because most of us can't remember what we had for breakfast. Fashion and beauty are the big sellers, because who doesn't want to buy a $5 sweater while watching a makeup tutorial? But hold up, TikTok isn't in the clear yet. Uncle Sam is side-eyeing them hard over data privacy concerns thanks to the Chinese ownership. A U.S. ban could still be looming, which would definitely throw a wrench in their plans to take over the world. And let's not forget about Amazon, e-commerce overlord holding on to more than 40% of the market. TikTok may be gaining ground fast, but Jeff Bezos isn't exactly shaking his boots just yet. The bottom line, TikTok is turning social media into a shopping mall, and we're all willingly walking right in. Whether it's genius or terrifying depends on how much self-control you have when that buy now button pops up. So obviously, TikTok Shop is leveraging its massive user base and social media engagement to drive e-commerce growth. It's like two perfect things coming together. It's much different than Temu and Shine in that it's primarily a social platform integrating e-commerce features, while Temu and Shine are more traditional e-commerce platforms. You go in, you buy something, you leave. TikTok, you're hanging out, and you just might buy a thing or two or 10. While TikTok Shop is showing impressive growth, it has not yet surpassed Shine and Temu based on the available data. However, its rapid expansion and ambitious targets suggest it could become a major player in the e-commerce space in the very near future. So Bart and I often talk about TikTok Shop. I was skeptical at first. I also went through the Temu thing where they give you all this free stuff, which actually doesn't turn out to be free. And it turns out to be a lot of crap. So yeah, I was on that roller coaster for about 2 weeks, and then I deleted the app and deleted any sense of Temu on my phone. Yeah, that was a waste of money. And speaking of e-commerce giants, Amazon surpasses Walmart. It's the retail rumble of the century. Amazon versus Walmart. Who will be crowned king of the U.S. market? For years, Walmart's been the undisputed champ, but Amazon's been training hard in the e-commerce gym, and they're coming for the title. We're talking about massive revenue, so this is a fight worth watching. In a move that's been years in the making, Amazon has finally surpassed Walmart in quarterly revenue. Yep, you heard that right. Amazon's $187.8 billion beat out Walmart's $180.5 billion in quarterly revenue. Jeez. But before you start imagining Jeff Bezos doing a victory dance, remember that Walmart still reigns supreme in annual sales, with projections showing it will rake in about $708.7 billion with a B this year, compared to Amazon's $700.8 billion with a B. So what's behind Amazon's sudden surge? Well, it's not just about selling more stuff online. Amazon's cloud computing arm, AWS, and its advertiser and seller servers are the real MVPs here, contributing significantly to its revenue growth. Meanwhile, Walmart is trying to keep up by launching its own third-party marketplace and loyalty program, Walmart Plus, to compete with Amazon Prime. But this is an overnight success story. It took Amazon 25 years to get here, proving that even the most iconic overnight successes take a whole lot of time and effort. So while Amazon might be the quarterly champ, Walmart is still the annual heavyweight. For now, at least. So here's the key. Amazon has been growing way faster than Walmart. From 28 to 23, Amazon grew 20% every year. Walmart closer to 5. And these are not rookie numbers, but still. If that keeps up, it's only a matter of time before Amazon pulls ahead. In 23, Walmart made about $648 billion, while Amazon pulled in around $575 billion. That's a gap, but it's closing fast. Amazon's secret weapon is profits. They're making a lot more money on each sale than Walmart. Also, investors love Amazon, which means their stock price is much higher. Walmart's still the biggest overall. So here's some context. Very few companies achieve $100 billion in revenue in a quarter. Others include Apple, but only during the holiday season. Last week, Apple reported revenue of $124 billion for Q4 24. United Health saw its top line surpass $100 billion during its first quarter of last year, and then again in the third and fourth quarter. CVS Health came close, exceeding $95 billion in one quarter last year. And McKesson Pharmaceutical reached $94 billion in one quarter last year. No matter how you slice it, that is a lot of money. And speaking of Amazon, Amazon kills Inspire. Inspire was the social commerce experiment that never inspired. Amazon shut down its TikTok-style shopping feed that was supposed to revolutionize how we discover products. But let's be real, it was a flop from day one. Launched in 2022, Inspire was Amazon's attempt to create a social commerce platform where users could scroll through endless product videos and photos. Does that sound exciting? Not to me. The problem was that Inspire was all about shopping with zero entertainment value. See the previous story about TikTok. Unlike TikTok, where you get a mix of Eminem freestyles, comedy skits, and product placements all in one feed, Inspire was just a scrolling product catalog. Who wants to scroll through that all day? Not me, and apparently not many others either. Amazon's mistake was trying to engineer social behavior into a utility-focused shopping app. It's like building a strip mall without the food court or the play areas. People just won't hang around. TikTok, on the other hand, built the community first and then added shopping features. It took years to get it right, but Amazon wanted instant results. Now, Amazon is shifting focus to AI-driven shopping with its assistant, Rufus. Maybe that's where their strengths lie, but as for creating a TikTok competitor, forget it. They just don't have the patience to build a community from scratch. So rest in peace, Inspire. It won't be missed, but it's a reminder that sometimes even the tech giants can't force social magic to happen overnight. Maybe Amazon will just buy TikTok instead. Stranger things have happened, right? I wouldn't want to see that. All right, we'll reach back in the archives because Amazon has tried social commerce before. They had Amazon Spark, which was shuttered in 2019, to Post, which nobody used, to Amazon Live, which struggled for adoption. Basically, that was the live shopping thing. Each has fallen short. Inspire was its most aggressive attempt to transform its shopping app into a TikTok discovery platform. But apparently, it doesn't have the secret sauce to be successful. So let's talk about Rufus. I never heard about Rufus, but Rufus is the AI-generated shopping assistant that's supposed to make your shopping experience smoother. It's like having a personal shopping buddy, but instead of a human, it's a chatbot trained on Amazon's vast product catalog and customer reviews. Rufus can help you compare products and answer questions like, what's the difference between a gas and wood-fired pizza oven? Because priorities, and even give you gift ideas. It's all about making informed purchase decisions without having to sift through endless reviews and product descriptions. But here's the thing. Amazon is playing catch-up in the AI game. While Rufus is a right step in the right direction, it's not exactly revolutionary. It's more like Amazon is trying to keep up with the cool kids who are already using AI to make shopping more fun and interactive. Rufus is now available to all U.S. customers and is expanding to more international markets. So if you're an Amazon fan, you might want to check it out. But let's be real, it's not going to change your life overnight. It's just another tool in Amazon's arsenal to make shopping a bit more convenient. But who knows, maybe Rufus will become the shopping assistant we never knew we needed. But for now, it's just another AI chatbot trying to make sense of our chaotic shopping habits. This is great if you're shopping on Amazon, but I, as along with many price-conscious consumers, prefer to shop around and price compare. And I still feel, Bart and I have spoken about this, I feel a tool like Perplexity does that pretty well. Google, you can forget about Google now because Google, all it does is serve you up paid ads. So I don't know. I don't know how this Rufus thing is going to go because, again, you're in Amazon's ecosystem and that doesn't help you price compare outside the ecosystem, only within Amazon. So if you're looking to step away from the tech giants, Rufus is not going to be the way to go. All right, our final story. Honda and Nissan end their merger talks. The story, well, we were going to read this last week, but we ran out of time. Remember those whispers about Nissan and Honda trying to tie the knot in a $60 billion mega merger? Well, you can scratch that. Turns out corporate honeymoons are shorter than a TikTok dance these days. On the 13th, the love affair was called off. What could have been the world's fourth largest car behemoth is now just a sad what if. Apparently, Honda and Nissan decided it was just too much of a fixer-upper and suggested it become a subsidiary. As the EV market accelerates rapidly, both companies agreed to exit before a significant merger could hinder their progress. So what's next? They're going to go their separate ways from now. The stock market yawned, Honda's shares shrugged and went up a tad, and Nissan's did a little dip. It's worth noting that Honda is currently in a better financial position. Now, Honda reported a profit decline, but Nissan's profits have really taken a dive, and they're projecting losses. Tough times for Nissan, and their CEO even took a pay cut to show accountability. But it's not a total breakup. Honda, Nissan, and Mitsubishi are still going to hold hands and work on EVs and self-driving cars. So they're still in the friends with benefits stage of their relationship. And about Nissan, there were rumors of Foxconn, the Taiwanese tech giant, possibly throwing them a lifeline. But Nissan's CEO is playing coy, saying they're exploring all options. Translation, they're open to anything that will keep them afloat. The Nissan-Honda merger is dead, but the saga continues. Keep your eyes peeled because these automakers are sure to deliver more twists and turns as they try to navigate the electric future. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Would not want to be in the car business right now. All right, folks, that's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, check us out on our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We're on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook. And don't forget, sign up for our newsletter. It's finally live, where you'll get extended show recaps and behind-the-scenes info on the show. Links to the newsletter are in the show notes. We'll see you all on the internet next week.
What did you do?